YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. This is the Sony A95L 77-inch. There you go, right? And there is a Samsung S95C 77-inch. I just wanted to make sure that I let you guys know this TV isn't going anywhere. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Safely tucked away for now. Okay. All right, but let's get to what this video is about. My 83-inch LG G4 OLED. Yes. We just added the Govee Light kit to it. I snatched it off of the A95L because I didn't feel like I needed to invest in getting a new kit when this one is perfectly fine. So this video, let's talk about some expectations of what we're going to be discussing here. We're not going to be doing any crazy tests or anything like that, but it's going to be more discussional. What are my opinions 48 hours after having this coming from an A95L? This is about as good as I can give you on a one versus the next because the TVs are so darn massive. We're going to get it going right after this intro. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. As I said, it's going to be some discussional time here. We're going to just have some conversation about this TV. It has been magnificent, but I've only had it for a couple of days, so we're going to label this 48 hours after the A95L or something like that. Going to try to not make it clickbait because it's not going to be a direct comparison, but I've been asked by many of you in the comment section, which I appreciate you taking the time to ask me, what are my thoughts? You know, you realize that I own the A95L. I have since 2023, and you see that I bought this TV now. And it was not purchased for review purposes. This was the upgrade that I was looking for. If you've been following the journey, I did invest into a 65-inch Bravia 9. We ended up returning that TV because I had to go away from where I had it for 2 months. And so I returned it. My plans were to go 65-inch. I really did enjoy the Bravia 9. But, you know, I spent some time while I was away looking at the G4 and 65-inch capacity. And I said, you know what, this is actually impressive. Let me see what the 83 looks like. I got a small glimpse at one real close with somebody I know that actually owned one. And I said, you know what, I've seen enough. So this was a planned purchase all along. Once I had left Michigan and seen this TV in Michigan, when I got back to my home state that I currently reside, I said, you know what, this is going to be the purchase. So $6,500, I invested in it. And what do you know, it's dropped down in price now to $5,500, so $1,000 back. The crazy thing about this is 83-inch. So you can spend $5,500 on this 83-inch, or you can spend about the same on a 85-inch 8K from Samsung. I personally would rather go with the tried and true technology that works best for me. I'm not buying into the resolution. So that's another question that gets asked a lot. I've even had a few people challenge my integrity with saying that I'm not being honest with this TV having lower pixel count or, you know, resolution, and me having to use some, you know, upscaling techniques and things like that. I should have bought a 65-inch 8K. I'm like, what kind of foolishness is this? Why would I buy a 65-inch 8K when there is no type of realistic hardware that can push any content on there of any kind, right? I think not. Yeah, we went with the right thing, right? We went with the tried and true. And I don't even call myself Mr. OLED. I'm not one of those, man. Like, I'm not one of those people, but I've got OLEDs all throughout my situation. And so, you know, I love perfect blacks and everything else. So let's get to like the magical questions that I have been asked. And right before I do, I just want to tell you guys, getting some illumination on this TV has taken it to the next level. I'm not here to advertise this, but this is a Govee system, $100, cameras on top, doesn't bother me at all, and just adds so much value to the picture quality. It really does. All right, so about this G4, I've been watching some content. Watched a little bit of Good Times. We watched some Sopranos. You see, I'm up to episode 9. I think I watched 2 episodes on a QD-OLED in my bedroom, and going from episode 7 to 9, I watched down here. Good content. The Penguin. I watched episode 1 and 2 on this TV. Went back to episode 1. I like going back to episode 1 just because of how it starts up with that red and everything, and man, it's just been a great time. And then I did start to watch Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead, last night. There are, not get any issues with music. There are 3 episodes, and I watched all but 18 minutes, and I enjoyed it. I ate dinner last night, watched it on this TV, and the experience was sensational, So the increase in size has been good, and I just wanted to kind of give you my initial thoughts on what the TV looked like actually watching like film or TV show content. Okay, now the magical question that I keep getting asked is, do I like this better than the A95L? I'm going to try to verbally answer this as best as I can. Okay, I've responded to pretty much all of the text comments on the channel, and I'm going to say the same thing there that I've said the same thing there that I'm going to say now. There are trade-offs with these TVs. I believe quantum dot OLED to be superior to white OLED, even with MLA. And so that right there tells you I would prefer to go after the panel technology. But as a true consumer, there's certain things I was looking for. I was looking for a size upgrade, as I explained to you in the beginning. So it's hard to gauge what looks tighter when you're comparing 2 different size TVs. Larger TVs typically aren't going to retain the same level of pixel density and sharpness, right? Unless you're going into those settings to try to fabricate them to make them look that way. This TV doesn't look blurry or anything else like that. And the shadow details on this TV I do like a little bit more than the A95L. Now, I'm sure there's some settings I can tinker around with, but I wanted to start this video off by showing you the A95L so that anybody that's feeling a certain kind of way because I've invested in an LG TV as being my main driver, it's nothing personal. It's just that like this was a calculated purchase for me. Again, I've explained this within this video. I digress. A95L is going to go to the bedroom, and I think it's going to serve me great. I did have one person that told me I'm wasting my money, that I should just keep the A95L here, that I should just move the G2 to my bedroom and move the A95K around to my game room or something like that. That's not how I get around. I like to enjoy the latest and greatest, and the investment has been good for me. So shadow detail has been great. Obviously, the screen enhancement, it's not possible with anything that Sony or Samsung has available. Samsung does have a white OLED that is 83-inch. It's not on the caliber of this. It's a nice TV. I've seen it. It's not MLA, so it's just not what I'd be looking for. That TV is about $4,000, but yeah, this one is a really, really good option. Depending on what you're looking for in terms of size, I think this is probably the best TV in all totality if you're looking for the largest size. This is hands down the best largest TV that you can get, in my opinion. I mean, I've seen the options that are 98-inch. TCL's got some really nice stuff. And, we've obviously know that Samsung's got an 85-inch that's 8K. I'm personally not one to buy into resolution and future proofing. I'm more into buying whatever the most relevant technology is. And this is it, the LG G4. So again, only 2 days with the TV, been enjoying it, played some games, watched some TV content, and I've been enjoying it. I really have. The Penguin has been the only content that I watched in 4K. The other 2 options have been in 1080p. Good Times obviously going to be older. And, the games that I played on PC, so I've been able to see the highest graphical fidelity possible using a 4090 graphics card. So all in all, it's just been great, man. It's great. And I just installed this light kit, so this is going to take it to another level. This is something I was really missing, to be honest with you. When you're looking at a light kit like this, the fact that it radiates the entire wall, it adds an effect that you are watching something larger than what it is. And I appreciated this also when I installed this kit on the 77-inch A95L. I feel like it lit the whole wall up and it just gave me a new experience. But this TV is obviously larger. A lot of people won't understand the differences between 77 and 83. They'll think it's an insignificant jump, but it is really, really impactful. And I'm happy with it. So again, follow up with your questions. If you got comments to leave them, as long as it's respectful and we're on point and on purpose with the subject at hand. I got you. I'll be making more content, following up in a couple of days, but I gotta spend my time enjoying the TV. Again, we didn't buy this to review it. We're reviewing it because we bought it. Those are two different things. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumb up, and I hope I'll catch you on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, Max love.